What's up, guys? So before this video begins, I just wanted to say really quickly that today is the last day that you'll be able to pre-order a Divine Media Worldwide jacket. So if you guys are interested, please check out the link in the top of the description. Help your boy out. Really appreciate it. Now, let's get to the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're staying home. We're not gonna try and go out. We're trying to stay at home during this whole quarantine thing, and I have a few things that I can do to the Soarer that I've been kind of procrastinating. I've had these parts for a while, but they're just very little things that I've been waiting to do, but I have been stockpiling them up to the point where I felt like it was a good time to do them. So we got the Soarer pulled out. She's very dirty and definitely needs a wash, but before we do that, I have all this stuff here that is either broken or has been in need of replacement ever since I got the car, or ever since we did the black interior swap, if you guys remember that. So if you guys remember, this car used to be tan on the inside, and then we did a full black interior conversion. When we did that, we couldn't paint a couple of the things because they were things that you would touch very often. So those things would be the hazard buttons, the volume buttons, power buttons, stuff like that. The e-brake, you know, obviously you touch the e-brake, and then little bits down here on the shifter. And as you can see, I painted the shifter, but it is peeling off the top. So there's a lot of little things in here that need to be touched up, and I think what better time to do them than while you're in quarantine. Also, probably the main reason of this video, this headliner, this Starlight Headliner, if you guys remember, it works, but the fabric has totally sagged down on the driver's side of the car to the point where you can't even see the stars on the driver's side. So we have to address that. That's the main reason why I've been procrastinating this, because putting this headliner in was a bitch, and I really don't feel like doing it again, but I have to, because of this headliner. The fabric just absolutely annoys me, and it hits my head when I drive, which I don't like. So we got to do all that stuff. Oh, and my passenger side door handle snapped off from my dad and from me and from Jimmy. 3 separate occasions it snapped off, and I was able to find a new one of those. You snapped my door handle off up there? You snapped my door handle. I watched it. I think I'm going to start with the easiest things first, and that would be the hazard buttons and temperature volume buttons, stuff like that, and this little clip and the shifter. And we're going to try and get all of those looking brand new again. I did some searching, and I was able to find some black volume and temperature buttons on Yahoo Auctions, as well as the hazard button. So these literally just clip right in, bolt right up, so pretty easy. I have taken them out before when we did the black interior conversion, but couldn't paint them because you touch them, they wear off, etc. Check that out. That looks so much better. Whenever it comes to interior stuff, especially old, like early 90s plastics, I always get super sketched out taking these things apart, but it came off really easily, and it was a quick swap. And now I have knobs. It's funny because this knob doesn't even do anything anymore, but just for the aesthetics, I'm super stoked that I was able to find these. So while this stuff is all taken apart, I'm obviously going to paint this. I'm going to also redo the shifter, and I might actually clear coat it as well, just because when you touch it, I don't want things to flake off. So, and I'm going to do the inside of the cup holder as well, just because we did the top, but then it got covered by the wood grain. So I'm going to do all that stuff. All right, so while that stuff is drying up, I'm not going to touch that for a little bit. I'm going to let it cure. The next thing that I want to do, so door handle. Try and open it. Doesn't work. The car's not locked. It just doesn't work. The clip that's inside the door has broken, and it's been like that for a long time. Actually, the day that we picked this thing up from paint, it was broken, and I just left it because it wasn't a necessity. I wanted to get the car done and all of that stuff, but I have the OEM clip for it. So in order to do this, you have to take the entire door panel off the passenger side, And while we're in there, I also have a new interior door handle that we're gonna be throwing on since my good old dad and Jimmy snapped my other one. So while that stuff is drying, I'm just gonna go after this, get that door panel off, then we can go from there, get all that stuff figured out. I've never done a little clip like that, but I'm pretty sure that it's very easy. You just have to get up in there. All right, well, not really too much to film here. I just had to take the panel off and the rod. So there's a rod that connects the door handle to the actual assembly that allows the door to open and close, or your lock assembly. I made the mistake of rolling the window down while the clip was broken, and it bent the rod slightly. You might be able to see in there, probably not, but
this rod right here that goes all the way up, see that orange clip up there? That clip had broken off previously. It was old, so I had to get a new one. And then that rod that goes up there was bent at a 90 coming down this way, so I had to bend that rod back up, fish my big meaty claws in there,
and get that clip on. But it's on now. My door handle should work on the outside. Now I have to take care of the door working on the inside. Come over to our interior door panel.
4 nuts you take off, and then this whole back assembly piece will come off. And I have a new assembly in the box with a new door handle and everything on it, so shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna zip this off, and then once all that's done, we can put this back in the car. All right, she's off. Thankfully, all of this stuff is still findable. I found this on eBay because Soarers and SC300s use the same door handles, so these are pretty readily accessible. But if it was like a Soarer one, I'd have to probably look on Yahoo Auctions for that. All right, let's give her a test. You stay away from my door handle. You stay away.
Let me try it.
No, you're breaking door handles. All right, she's shut. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Need some lube for the door hinges, but she works again. We're sitting. All right, she works. Door works again, which I'm super pumped about, but there's one last thing that I want to do to the doors that I've been trying to find for a really long time, and they never popped up on Yahoo Auctions except for like a month ago, and that is window switches. As you guys know, this car was factory tan interior at one point, and we dyed everything black. It came out great, but there was a couple things that I had to dye that I didn't want to, and one of them was window switches. Mainly because, one, it's another thing that you touch all the time and it was going to wear off. These have worn off before and I've painted over them. 2, they have lights in them, and since I had to paint over them, you couldn't see the lights anymore. And 3, they just have this kind of painted texture that really should only be on vinyl and leather surfaces, not on plastic. So it kind of has not a nice looking texture to it. So I've been trying to find them for the longest time, and nowhere had them, at least like good condition black Soarer ones, until a set popped up on Yahoo Auctions, and I scooped it, and they came in, and they look awesome. Here's the old tan one that I painted, and here is the fresh new one. Looks so much better. So I'm gonna slap that in, and then the driver's side is the main reason why. The only downside, I suppose, is that it's a slightly different color black, but honestly, I'd rather have it be an OEM black piece than painted and look all textured and weird, so I'm pumped on that. So here's the old driver's side one. This one's especially bad. It's chipped on the switches because obviously you touch them, and it just, ugh. I've tried to hide these, but thankfully I don't have to anymore, because peep this, boy. Woo! Brand new, or brand new to me.
Oh, that looks so much better. I'm so pumped. This thing is gonna look so much nicer.
This stuff should be all dry by now. Let's give it a test. Oh yeah, she's dry. So let's slap this stuff back in the car. Now it's got a fresh coat of black on it. It's gonna be looking good. Hopefully this clear coat helps. I don't know if it will, but we will see. Once again, those are just pieces that I'm waiting to find in factory black that I just have not found, so that's why I'm painting them for the meantime, just so that they don't stick out like a sore thumb. Boys, we're gonna rattle off what we did. New door switches, painted, shifter, painted that. New temperature and power buttons, black. That door now works, which is sick. New door handle on the inside, new clip on the outside, new door switch, and this thing's coming together. It really needs a bath. Like on the inside, it's still full of paint, dust, and especially in the creases of the door hinges and everything like that. But overall, she's coming together. But this is the main reason why I wanted to do this. My headliner's been sagging for months, ever since this car went to paint last year. And I've been procrastinating doing it because it was a nightmare to do. And you guys remember that video, which that video actually just hit 1 million views, which is crazy. I never thought that that was gonna happen. But we're back to the Starlight Headliner, which we hit the switch, it works, but it only works half because this side of the headliner has fully sagged and doesn't show the stars anymore, which really sucks. It sags all the way to the back, so all of that is not being able to be seen, and it really pisses me off. So I'm gonna start the whole process of taking the little stuff off so that I can get to it, and then I'm either gonna drop the headliner completely, or if I can figure out a way to do this in the car without having to deal with all those fiber optic strands, that would be amazing, which I don't think I can do, but we'll see. All right, so after a lot of finagling and squeezing and various things, we were able to get the headliner out. I forgot how much of a nightmare it is to squeeze through this car. Doors only open up this much, so getting this gigantic rat's nest of a headliner out was not fun. But now we have the fun task of dyeing this headliner, and since I left the factory fabric over it and then I put my black fabric over it, that's, well, one, that's part of the reason why it didn't stick, and two, that kind of gives us a base to dye. So since I still have that fabric, I can still do that. So I'm going to try and think of some place where I can set this up and do it. Was using this for all the small stuff, but I don't know if I want to do it there. And I can't do it inside, so I'm gonna figure out a solution. All right, so I started spraying the headliner, or at least the part that doesn't have the fiber optic on it, where the visors were and the interior light thing and stuff like that. Not coming out too bad so far, still pretty light coats, but I think that this is gonna work. I do know that I'm definitely gonna need more paint, but for now I'm just going to get after it, see how much I can get done with this can. If I have to, I'll go out and get more paint. That's it. I'll definitely need more paint. But yeah, let's keep this going. Alright, so I think that I've got enough coverage on the headliner. If you guys don't remember this room, this is the OG room where we did the headliner originally. Look at it. It looks really good, especially when all of the lights are turned off like it would be inside the car. Just looks like a headliner, like a black headliner. Came out really good. There's a couple little areas where you can see kind of like a little bit of tiger striping. You might be able to notice it on camera, but when it's in the car, I guarantee you won't see any of that stuff. So now what I'm doing, I actually have an old motor for the fiber optic that I didn't end up using, but I'm using that to see what fiber optics I need to clean up and bring back, since we just painted over all of the fiber optic. Most of them probably will not show at all, so I'm just gonna hit each one with a Q-tip and a little bit of acetone just to clean the paint off of each optic to get it to work again. My trick for that is to just take the motor, plug the motor in, show some light through it. As you can see, we got like a few. They are showing, but they're very dull. They should all look like this one. So I'm gonna use the fact that I can see them now to hit each one with some acetone and just bring back all of the light like it should. I know there's been a lot of time lapses in this video, but that's just how it has to be. There's so much tedious little stuff that goes into this. If you guys remember that video, it was insanely tedious. But enough talking, let's just do it. Alright guys, after an hour of acetoning every single fiber optic on the headliner. We are done. Looks super good, much better than the fabric that I had on it before. Not sagging or anything like that, and I shouldn't have any issues with this going forward. Now I have the fun task of putting this back in the car and getting the entire interior put back together, because you can take the entire interior apart to get this out. So that's my next task.
I don't know how I just did that by myself. But we did it.
Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. We got the headliner back in the car. Looks amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed those little shots that I just got. Here we got the headliner. Kind of hard to see because it's still daytime out, but there you go. Looks really nice. Sorry for the sun glare, but yeah, it came out really good. Now I don't have a sagging headliner and I can rely on the factory one and it'll look just as good. And yeah, I'm really hyped on it. As well as that, we did the shifter black. I painted the e-brake black. We'll see how long that lasts. Obviously you touch it all the time, so we'll see. I got new window switches on both sides. I got a new door handle on the inside, as well as a new clip on the outside so that I can use that door again, which is great. New black buttons over here. So now this interior is officially 100% black, except for this little rail right here that holds my seatbelt and the seat belts themselves, because obviously you sit there and they just get rubbed on and it would peel off. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I like to do these things when I'm chilling at home, especially during quarantine, because you get so much time to do this stuff. Feels really good to get it done. It's just kind of little things that I procrastinate on because they're little things, but it feels really good to do it, and this car definitely deserves it. So I don't know exactly when the next video is going to be coming out, but today is the last day to get your Divine Media Worldwide jacket. I will leave the link in the description. They are super nice. I know because of this whole COVID-19 thing and people not really having the chance to work and being at home and stuff like that, I totally understand if you're not able to pick one up. I may be doing a rerun of them in the fall when the weather gets colder again. So we'll see, but for now, if you'd like one, the link is in the description. For anyone that ordered, I really appreciate it. And that's it. No more talking. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.